This year we've awarded 3 new Viertel Fellowships to 3 outstanding candidates, each of whom are in their early to mid-career and who are already forging outstanding reputations in Australian science. My name is Associate Professor Paul Ekert, and I'm the co-chair of the Medical Advisory Board of the Sylvia and Charles Viertel Foundation. The Foundation has been funding clinical investigators and senior medical research fellows for more than 30 years. Our first fellows were appointed in 1995. And since then, we've awarded over 70 fellowships and invested more than $90 million in Australian science through the Senior Medical Research Fellowships and the Clinical Investigator Awards. Our process for selecting new fellows is quite rigorous. We have an initial round of applications from which we shortlist a number using the advice of our medical board. We then seek external reviews of each of those applications from at least 3 experts, and then review those. And finally, we come down to a short list of 6 candidates who we invite to present their work to the Medical Advisory Board and we bring them through to interview. And that process of presentation and interview is one of the unique features of the Viertel Fellowship, and one that I don't believe exists for almost any other fellowship in Australia. In 2007, I was fortunate to be a Viertel Fellow myself. And this had the most profound impact on my scientific and research career, because it gave me a period of 5 years of independent and adequate research funding where I could pursue my ideas. I could drive forward the research that I was most interested in and really forge my independent role in research. So this is really the sort of fundamental purpose of the Viertel Fellows. We try and select the excellence, we try and select those who we hope will have future impacts. And I think the stories we hear from our fellows are that this is the point where their true independent scientific careers take off. And certainly that was my experience. Yes, well, this year we've awarded 3 new Viertel Fellowships to 3 outstanding candidates, each of whom are in their early to mid-career and who are already forging outstanding reputations in Australian science. The first is Dr. Joanna Archinga-Kavika at the Segenci Institute in South Australia. Joanna's interests are in the dark genome. That's the regions of the genome that are controlling gene expression in cancer. The second candidate was Dr. Dustin Flanagan at Monash University in Victoria. And he is interested in the way stem cells can drive gastric cancer. And he's looking to develop new cures for gastric cancer. The third fellow, the Viertel Bellberry Fellow, is Dr. Xiang Gi. He also at Monash University. He's an expert in artificial intelligence and medical health, and he's using artificial intelligence to improve diagnosis and prognosis for patients with a very broad range of diseases. What makes them outstanding is the fact that these individuals have already, through their publications and through their work, established independence, have driven strong health impacts, and give us all a sense of optimism for the future.
Receiving the Viertel Fellowship was a great honor, so it's a very prestigious fellowship and a very competitive process with multiple grant reviews as well as an interview and a presentation. The award of the Viertel Fellowships allows me to really focus on my research without having to worry about short-term grant applications and grant outcomes. I can really focus on developing a kind of ambitious research program that will answer these very complex problems.
I've had really good fortune to be supported by the NHMRC, charitable foundations like Tour de Cure, the Gastroenterological Society of Australia, GESA, and now more recently, the really, really amazing fortune to be supported by the Viertel Foundation, which is supporting me and my group for the next 5 years, which is a, absolute game changer for us.
I started my fellowship from the NVIDIA AI Fellowship. That's a very generous award for 5 years' time. At the early stage of my career, I've received grants from NHMRC, MFF Medical Future Fund, and industry collaborators like AirDoc and Opten Health. Of course, more recently, Viertel Fellowship, Bellberry Fellowship has been very generous to me and give me another 5 years for the freedom to explore the area I'm interested in.
The Sylvia and Charles Viertel Senior Medical Research Fellowship has invested in a broad range of medical research over the last 30 years. It's invested in basic science as well as in population studies. I think some of the most significant changes that I've seen over the time I've been involved with the foundation have been in the development of sequencing technologies driving new discoveries in diseases, and the development of a much more nuanced and granular understanding of the human immune system, something that the Viertel Foundation has invested in through a number of its fellows, which have seen changes in our understanding of the function of vaccines, for example, and in our basic understanding of other diseases like cancer and autoimmune diseases. The Viertel Senior Medical Research Fellowships are worth $1.375 million over 5 years. And so now we are turning our minds to our 2026 awardees. You can find the information about past awardees and the application process on our website. And I would encourage all of you who feel you might be interested in this opportunity to go and look at that information and get your applications ready.